This video discusses the pull factors of why immigrants come to the United States, both now and in the early 19th century, the 1800s. You'll be filling out the top part, the first page of your notes. This video will specifically cover this box that's called pull factors now, but then after this, you'll be ready to take the notes on push and pull factors otherwise. Remember, our target is to investigate how immigration affected antebellum, or before the Civil War, American society, and connect it to how immigration affects American society today. So we're just looking at the question, how does immigration affect society? Before we can get started with this, we need to review what are pull factors. The reasons that immigrants choose their destination country are called pull factors. It's what draws them in. This is usually about the good things in the country to which they are moving. Some examples would be education. They want to go to better schools. That's a pull factor. Jobs, if you can make more money, that's a pull factor. And enough food. Sometimes there are things going on in other countries where people are not getting enough food. Going to a country where you can get enough food, that is a pull factor. A push factor is that there's not enough food at home. But having enough food or being able to meet other basic needs is a pull factor. So why is it that immigrants came to the United States in the present time? This is from 2021. And I want you to notice I have color-coded it to have similar reasons together. So economic opportunities, that's over half of immigrants came for economic opportunities. Now you'll notice if we add all this up, it adds up to more than 100%. Some people gave more than one reason. In order for us to generalize, we're going to combine came for freedom, fleeing political persecution. So at home, they're trying to get away from getting in trouble because of their political beliefs or which political party they're part of or who they voted for. They want to get away from that. That's kind of like coming for freedom, right? They are not experiencing freedom at home because of politics or fleeing religious persecution. So some people who came for freedom may have also marked one of these two, but for right now, for the purpose of our notes, I'm going to go ahead and add those numbers together. So 12% for religious persecution plus 17% for political persecution plus 29% for coming for freedom. How many is that? Coming to be with family. This is a common reason that people come. Actually, about a quarter of immigrants come because they want to be with family. So these first three are all pull factors. Coming for economic opportunities, which would be like jobs, to make more money. Coming for freedom, that's a pull factor. Coming to be with family, you're pulled there by your family. But if we are instead saying they're fleeing political persecution, fleeing violence, or fleeing religious persecution, those are all push factors. The last two that we're going to talk about is a pull factor, coming for education. And so attending U.S. public schools and college and university. Once again, it's not necessarily accurate. Some people might have answered both of those, but let's go ahead and combine those two numbers to give us a rough estimate of how important that pull factor is. And then coming for American welfare benefits was 8%. So where are immigrants from in the current time? It will not surprise most of you that Mexico is the country that has the largest number of immigrants coming into the United States. Even now, about 25% of immigrants coming from Mexico. This is as of 2018. So this is several years ago. So that exact percentage and the exact number will have changed. But overall, Mexico is still the source country for the largest number of immigrants. A lot of those are people who are coming to be closer to family. You'll see China, India, the Philippines, and then El Salvador were the top countries of the people who were coming from in 2018. Now, where each country is each year changes a little bit. I am sure that some countries like Venezuela have moved up higher on the list, but I'm not sure where it would be now in 2024. Overall, though, the trend has been that Hispanic immigrants has been a lower and lower percentage of the immigrant population, and increasingly it is people coming from Asia. Now, Hispanic is not specific to a continent, so we're going to take a look at another one. This one shows that Hispanic would be both North America and South America. So the dark blue and the purple, they're not right next to each other, but if you could kind of add those two together, you can see how that would come close to the same number as from Asia here in 2006. But Asia, the number has grown quite a bit in 6 years, and it has not grown as much from South America and North America. And so you can see how Asian immigrants have outpaced those from North America and South America. North America and South America. And you can see kind of trends where there's more immigration and then a lot less here in 2020 with the COVID pandemic. That really affected immigration numbers, but then it's coming back up again. Still not as high as it was. And this one is updated as of 2021. And so by 2024, that number has increased quite a bit again. So the pull factor of jobs, what jobs is it that immigrants are doing? And so here we have a chart that shows we have 8% of all workers are immigrant. So 8% of the workers in the U.S. have immigrated to the U.S. So anything that is higher than 8% means there's extra immigrants in that occupation. If you see less than 8%, you have a smaller number than just your average slice of the American workforce. We can see that immigrants are most commonly found in agricultural, maids and housekeeping, construction, cooks, and cleaning services. Now, that's not the only place that immigrants work. In fact, there are some very important contributions by immigrants in fields like inventions. Immigrants tend to be more inventive on the whole than the average U.S. worker. And so about 30% of patents for new inventions are filed or related to the work of immigrants. So either immigrants hold the patent or their work made it possible for those inventions to take place. That one's not on here because that's not really a occupation, not just one occupation, but immigrants are an important part of our work. This first box of notes should be filled out now, and you are ready to go on to these next two boxes with the textbook.